Hi, this is Chris, and welcome to your Business Bud. This is James, and this is Michael. They both work for a company and they both earn $400 a month. What James often does after work is playing on his cell phone and checking updates on social media. What Michael does after work is reading business books. He also uses a cell phone to watch educational videos and read business articles. Aside from the difference in their lifestyle, they also have different habits in handling money. James is not saving. He always makes excuses because his salary is small. Michael, on the other hand, is always looking for a way to save 10% of his income. James keeps complaining and keeps spending all his income, while Michael continues to accumulate the usual 10% of his income. 5 years later, Michael saved $2,400 and tried to start a business while James's savings account is still empty. Most people can relate to James's story. They often say, "I will save later because my salary is still small." And they continue to use it as an excuse until over time, they get older, their responsibilities also increase, and they are less able to save money. But did you know that even if a person has a small income, he can still save a lot of money? In today's video, we will talk about the 8 steps to save more money even with a small salary. Make sure to watch the full video because I'll be explaining to you step by step what you should do and where to start. Because remember, together we can. Step 1. Change your mindset. Most people have a plan to save a lot of money, but the problem is they are unwilling to change themselves first. They want to be able to save, but their attitude and spending habits are still the same as before. It's impossible to have big savings this way, because if you keep doing the things that are the main reason why you don't have savings, your savings account will continue to be empty. Albert Einstein said, "The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results." So you must remember that before you can learn the technique of how to save money, you must first become a master at handling your emotions and change your mindset. This is the frequent enemy of the majority. They fall victim to their own emotions and are unable to make good decisions. They forget that they must first save 10 to 30% of their income before spending and just goes with what most people do, and they also have no awareness of where their money goes. So before you start saving money, you should first change your mindset, because if your mindset is not aligned with your financial goals, there's a very good chance that you will not accumulate anything even if you wanted to. Step 2. Pay yourself first. You maybe already know the common formula most people use in handling their finances. This is income minus expenses equals savings. There's nothing wrong with this formula, but what often happens here is that paying companies becomes your priority. You first pay the electric company, the car company, the housing company, the food company, and there's no money left for yourself. So the cycle is you work to earn money, to give to companies, and to work again. This kind of cycle will not give you financial freedom, and it will be difficult for you to save money. But even though this is what most people normally do, it is still not the best way in handling finances, and you can change it now. So all you have to do when you receive money is to pay yourself first and follow the formula income minus savings equals expenses. Make saving automatic or pay yourself first before you spend, and then what you do with your savings, you divide it into your emergency account and retirement account. For example, if you earn $400 after taxes every month, save 10% of it immediately. Then what you do with 10% savings or $40, you divide it between your emergency account and retirement account. So $20 will go into each account every month. It still depends on what strategy you'd like to do here. You can also prioritize building your emergency account first and then the retirement account after. The proper target amount goal for your emergency account should be equal to 6 months of your expenses because in case you lose your job, you still have money available for 6 months. For example, if your monthly expenses are $360, then you multiply it by 6 months. You only need to save $2,160 for your emergency account. Based on 10% savings or $40, you need to save for 4 years and 5 months and you'll be able to offset the required amount of your emergency account. If the example I made is too small, do your calculation and use the same formula. But aside from saving, there are other ways on how you can achieve your emergency account and retirement account faster, and we will talk about that in step 5. So start paying yourself first because no one else will do that for you. Step 3. Create a budget that will work for you. The purpose of making a budget is for you to know how much your total income is, total expenses, and total savings. You can also avoid overspending if you know how to budget, because you control where your money flows. Ideal budget making is when you divide it into your needs, wants, and savings. A popular method here is the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your income goes to your needs or the things you need to survive, such as food, water, and a house to live in. 30% will go to your wants. This is the type of expenses that is optional and you can make adjustments, just like new shoes, new cell phones, going to the mall, and on vacation. And 20% will go to your savings account. This is the emergency account and retirement account we talked about earlier. But if you're just starting the process, you can make it 50-40-10 rule. 50% will go to needs, 40% to wants, and 10% to your savings account. And as you use this method of budgeting, you can gradually make small adjustments to your wants and transfer that extra money to your savings account over time. If you have consistency in budgeting, you can do the 50-30 and 20 method. The good thing about making a budget is that you give yourself awareness of your combined expenses and you gradually develop discipline to stick to your current expenses and continue make saving money a priority. Step 4. Track expenses and make adjustments. After you create a budget and follow the 50-40-10 budgeting method, you will track your expenses. An easy way to track your expenses is when you use the expense tracker app on your cell phone. You can also use a spreadsheet or write it on a piece of paper, but for me, it's better to use the app. After you track your expenses for 30 days, you will see that there are only 5 categories through which a large percentage of our money often flows. This often goes into food, transportation, entertainment, fashion, and housing. These categories are very tricky, so you must always track your expenses so that you can make adjustments and so that you can increase your savings. A great benefit of tracking your expenses is that you can eliminate your poor spending habits and it will also help you stick to your budget. Step 5. Add a new source of income. It's very important to make a budget and cut unnecessary expenses, but that is only one side of the equation. The other side is how you can increase your income. We need to keep in mind why we need to increase our income. It's because of inflation. Inflation is a result of the depreciation of our money, so the prices of basic commodities rises. The average inflation rate year by year is 3%. So if you have only one source of income and inflation continues to rise every year, it'll be very difficult for you to save money. So this is what you need to remember. If you cannot afford to change your expenses, change your income. We mentioned earlier in step 4 how to make adjustments to your unnecessary expenses, but it's better that you also adjust your income because reducing your expenses is only a short-term solution to your long-term financial problem. And for me, it's just easier to increase income than decrease expenses because I prefer to give myself the things I want to buy. And I also want to help the people close to me in case they have an emergency. So make it your goal to increase your income by 30 to 50% every year so you can accumulate the amount you need for your emergency account and retirement account much faster. For you to beat the rising inflation and for you to quickly achieve your financial freedom. Step 6. Change the consumer mindset to the producer's mindset. One mindset that will really make us miserable for life is having a consumer mindset. It is spending and acquiring things you don't need, and you forget how to give value to other people. So your money often goes back to companies. There are many factors why most of us become consumers. One of these is spending so much time and focusing on television and social media. Advertisements has a big influence on us because the majority of companies hire good marketers and psychologists to manipulate people's emotions. Just like big companies getting celebrities to endorse their products, they also make you feel that when you buy their product, you'll be happier. And one more thing, they also suggest that many people are already using it, so don't get left behind. As a result, people often develop insecurity, and so they make it a goal to buy products that will help them feel better, even though it costs a lot. And unfortunately, other people are getting into big debts. So all you have to do is be conscious of your spending habits and be true to yourself. Just buy what you need and understand that consuming is equal to cost. Step 7. Avoid getting big debt. Properly following our steps 1 to step 6 will give you protection against having a large debt because when you have the right discipline and knowledge in handling your money, there is no sense in borrowing. What I'm referring to here is the kind of debt that will make you poor or borrowing things that depreciate in value. Having debt leads to opportunity costs. Because let's say, for example, you earn $400 a month and then you use your credit card to buy an iPhone worth $1,100, which is also equivalent to 3 months of your paycheck. But if you value your time, don't make this kind of decision because it seems like you're also giving your time, effort, and money to other people. Step 8. Involve the family in your plans. Success in any plan is based on the support and cooperation of the people involved, especially our family. You will definitely experience a big test at the beginning of your financial journey, but as a family that agrees on a plan, you can also find a solution at the same time. All you have to do to get your spouse and children involved is convince them of your plans. The first thing you will do is tell them why you want to save. They must also have a vision similar to yours so that they can understand whatever you want to happen. Then explain that your goal is to save this particular amount next year. So let's say this is the X amount you have to accumulate every month and what you have to do to achieve it. Tell them why you need to budget, what expenses should be eliminated, and also look for business opportunities that you can do. As a parent, you also give a good influence to your children in this activity, and it will also be an advantage for them in how they handle their finances in the future. I hope you learned something from our video today. Don't forget to subscribe so you're always updated on our financial education videos. Like, comment, and share these videos with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and may all your dreams come true. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.